Sol means sun. So solar is really anything related to or determined by the sun. So like solar power or solar energy. Solstice is the time or date which the sun reaches its maximum or minimum declination. In other words, it's the highest or lowest point in the sky. So you have the summer solstice, which is when the sun is the highest in the sky in the northern hemisphere, and it's our longest day of the year. You have the winter solstice, which the sun is the lowest in the sky or the furthest south, and it's our shortest day of the year. And then a solarium is a sunroom or room built largely of glass to afford exposure to the sun. So it's basically a sunroom as a solarium. Solve or solute means to loosen or to set free. So to dissolve basically means to break apart and become part of a solution, or also means if you close down an organization or a group. So if you dissolve a company or something like that. Solution, basically a mixture in which you can't see individual parts, like salt or sugar dissolved in water. So if you have a saltwater solution, you can't see the salt once it's fully dissolved. That is a solution then. Resolve, to settle or find a solution to a problem or to decide firmly on an action. So if you resolve to do something, then you are firmly decided you're going to do it. Or if you resolve a problem, then you've come up with a solution for that problem. Soma means body. So somatic is really anything related to the body, especially as distinct from the mind. Somatotropin is a growth hormone secreted by the pituitary gland. So it helps the body grow. Trope kind of refers to a growth pattern. So really body growth is kind of what that means. And then a chromosome is a colored body, originally discovered by staining cells, and there were these little colored bodies that were in the cell. They didn't know what they were, so they called them chromosomes. We know now these contain DNA and actually encode for all the genes that make us who we are and define characteristics. Son means sound. So sonic is really anything related to sound, like a sonic boom or something like that. So it's related to sound. Resonance really has a couple meanings. So the quality in a sound that makes it deep or full or reverberating is resonance. Or also in physics, this is the reinforcement or prolongation of a sound by reflection from a surface or by the synchronous vibration of a neighboring object. So in other words, you have a sound that causes something else to vibrate. So if you've ever been in like a band room or something like that, and somebody played a note and the snare drum starts rattling, that's basically resonating with whatever that note is. And then sonar refers to sound navigation and ranging. And this is basically a method where we use sound waves in water to bounce off of objects to figure out how far away they are, and kind of map the ocean floor and stuff like that. So sonar is used to detect things underwater and tell how far away they are, how fast they're moving, if they're moving, that sort of thing. Sorb or sorpt means suction. So absorb, to absorb basically means to take in or soak up like energy or liquid or other substance by chemical or physical action. So in other words, like a sponge absorbs water. So adsorption, this is a D, so be careful. That's not supposed to be absorption. Absorption basically is like, something being absorbed. Adsorption, there's also adsorb. And really what that means is instead of being pulled into something, it's a liquid or a gas that sticks to something. So like water will adsorb sort of to glass. It'll kind of stick to the glass. Absorbent basically means that something is absorbent. It will absorb things. So a sponge is absorbent where glass is not. Uh, Malabsorption is difficulty in the digestion or absorption of nutrients from food. So malabsorption, maybe you eat something and your body won't process certain parts of that food and you can't really absorb the nutrients from it.